Morning everyone, welcome to NodeCheck. So today's video is how do we add a node for monitoring? Okay, so what we've got now is this. First of all, like you said, what we've got under the FAQ is where all the information and what you need to do. Okay, and we've got here about what is my payee address. Now I want to cover that first because we do get quite a lot of questions about this. What is my payee? Well, this depends on the coin because each call it something different. So some call it payee address, some call it pub key, and there's also referred to as collateral address as well. So this is the address that you sent the, I don't know, 1,000 coins to start your node, and obviously those coins then give you the transaction ID, which you then put into the configuration file and so on. So the payee is that address from your wallet that you sent the money to be able to start that master node. Okay, so whether you refer to that as pub key, collateral address, payee, it's all the same thing. Okay, so once we've got that clarified and we add that address, that's the shorter address. The TX ID is the longer address, so you've got those two bits of information. So not just so you don't get it confused. Now, when we're ready to add a node, we click My Nodes at the top of the screen. Okay, and we've got the button here. Let's create the node. So we'll click that. Okay, I'm going to add a node now. So let's go to, I'm going to put in something like this. MN Syscoin, for example, because this is the one I'm going to add. So I'm going to put my name in. That's just my identifier. I can call that whatever I want. You could call this and have this the same as the name that you put in your wallet when you were creating your node in the first place. Now we can then search here and choose the currency we want to add. So now we've got the field here, the payee collateral address. Now I've copied the one. So your address is going to look something like that. If you can see the address that you have that looks something like that in that type of length, that's the one you want to be putting in here. Okay, and now once we've done that, we want to be adding some options. So we've got here now, depending on how you registered, if you registered with an email address, then you can enable the email notifications. If you use the anonymous account, then you can enable the Telegram and Discord. Obviously, once you've configured those accounts, then that's what you would be able to do to get the notifications. So now we'd say click here, right? So I want to get status notifications for email. I want to get payout notifications, so I want to know when my node receives payment, and I can use the proactive check. Now let me explain what this proactive check is. This is an option where we detect potential network problems and anomalies that are actually affecting the way that your node is working. So we do suggest that you turn this on. It's worthwhile knowing that this option can detect the potential issue with your VPS, network connectivity and stuff like this. So it's a good option to enable. It expands the monitoring from just checking the status, because obviously if a status changes and it's gone too far, then you can potentially lose your rewards. So the proactive check helps us. It might monitor you and give you a few false positives, but if you check it and you're sure it's okay and it's working okay, that generally means that okay, that's fine. But we think it's important to use that, because if you can react within the let's say 20 minutes, half an hour or 40 minutes before your status changes, that means you can actually do something with your node before it actually loses its place in the queue and then loses its rewards. So it's a good option to turn on. Generally, you shouldn't see any problems with that unless you've got major issues with your VPS provider or something like that, or you've got some overloading issue with your nodes. So in terms of CPU and memory. So generally, just you can turn that on. So now once we've filled in all the information we want, I'm not going to enable Telegram and Discord here at this point in time. But now what we'll do is we'll click Create Monitor. Okay, and now my node is created. You can see the currency is there, it's got me the protocol version and so on. You can see all the information. It's already detected my TX ID, so that's the one I was talking about. That's the one you don't need to worry about right now, but you'll know that from when you were configuring your node and sending the coins, that was the address that you sent the coins to start the node. Okay, and you can see now it's enabled, its monitoring is on, how long my node's been active for, so you can see 131 days, so quite a long time, and pro. So we've got all the options there turned on. So now we'll go back to my nodes, and you can see I've got OOO going at the top. So now we can then go to the event log and see what's going on here, and you can see added to monitoring and enabled. And what other things will appear in here is also you'll get status changes showing in the event log, and also when payout. So they'll also receive in here, so you'll see the date and time that the payout was received. You'll see all the date and times related to when the status changed. Okay, so that's some information you can view there. Something else you can do is you can click this little eye on the left here. That'll expand and you'll get this information here. Now, that actual option here is more important on the mobile interface because you won't see all this information on one screen. Obviously on a telephone, you've got a limit in the amount of screen information you can see. So when you're on the mobile, you can actually click this, it will expand and you can see all the same information as well. Okay, I can't actually show that because I'm not actually on a mobile interface, but that's generally what you'll be looking at. All right. Okay, so that's it for adding a master node. Thank you very much for watching.